revisit the discussion raised by Representative Abet Garcia earlier pertaining to the modernization fund and the service contracting subsidy under the DOTR.
Yeah, I had extensive discussion with Congressman Abet about the modernization program, and uh, I told him that the modernization program is a program that has been on and off, on and off. So it is my view to support the program so that the modernization will increase its pace in terms of um, uh, changing the traditional jeepneys to modern jeepneys. And I understand that Congressman Abet also has some ideas on the service contracting, and maybe hear from Congressman Abet his thoughts on the service contracting program.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair. As uh, realizing from the concerns of Chair Win with regards to the service contract na ayuda, it becomes purely ayuda. My suggestion is let us make it a strategic shift to decongest, to incentivize decongestion, therefore deflating the 3.5 billion pesos of losses. So now, from a purely ayuda program, it becomes an incentive to decongest the main thoroughfares of especially Metro Manila, where most losses are felt because of the inefficiencies. And of course, by adding a intermodal mode para yung efficiency between land and sea or river or bodies of water can be realized. And I submit to the wisdom of the chair na bawasan na lang natin since magiging bagong testing program ito at idagdag na lang dun sa priority to modernize transport in our country, especially the public transport sector.
What would be the amount that you suggest to as a pilot program? Because we're now tweaking or changing the objective of the service contracting. Actually, hindi na siya service contracting per se because it becomes an incentive to
shift,
to decongest. No?
Yeah.
But let's call it service contracting for now. But what do you suggest would be an amount to
since
pilot it?
It's a pilot. Plus, mind you, Chair, ang utilization rate po nito mataas. So, siguro we can add or subtract 300 million dun sa 1.3 and add it to the 2.5 billion sa modernization. Kung willing po ang ating chair.
We concur on that on those amounts, and we'll work on with you on the special provisions.
Yes.
Because obviously this will be a new sort of like a new program.
Yeah.
So we'll work with you on the special provision.
Yes, we will draft the special provision for both items, Mr. Chair, and we will submit in due time. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. So any motion to affect this proposal?
Move to approve.
Second, Julie, the motion is duly approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair.
We have some minor adjustments on the, but this is not We have, Madam Chair, we have some some corrections due to clerical error. This is in relation to the health facilities enhancement program. So this is not a new. This is not a new program. It's just purely clerical error that we are correcting. So let me just manifest. The facility is Upper Bikutan Health Center. From completion, equipment of Barangay Health Station to completion, upgrading, repair, and equipping of rural health units. Next is Maharlika Health Center. Completion, equipping of Barangay Health Station to completion, upgrading, repair, and equipping of rural health units. Next will be Central Bikutan Health Center. Completion, equipping of Barangay Health Stations to completion, upgrading, repair, and equipping of rural health units. Next will be Nauhan Community Hospital from Occidental Mindoro to Oriental Mindoro. Next will be 2nd District Sorsogon Provincial Hospital from 2nd District Sorsogon Provincial Hospital to Sorsogon 2nd District Provincial Hospital. Palit lang yung pangalan. Next will be Polomolok Dialysis and OPD Department and Pharmacy Wing. From Polomolok Dialysis and OPD Department and Pharmacy Wing to Polomolok General Hospital. So move.
Second.
The House concurs. On a different matter, Mr. Chair, this is actually a substantial change to the budget, given that this would affect a lot of different agencies and a lot of different line items. So I would like to read a letter from Secretary Henry Aguda pertaining to the government's directive, the executive's directive to streamline all digitalization initiatives as contained in the NEP. In total, there is about in the NEP, there's a total of 88.694 billion pesos relating to digitalization initiatives spread across all the agencies. And there is a directive from the executive to streamline these digitalization initiatives and derive savings from that. So let me read the letter from Secretary Henry Aguda, Secretary of the DICT. Dear esteemed chairpersons, the Department of Information and Communications Technology formally conveys its commitment to ensuring prudent and efficient utilization of public funds allocated for information and communications technology, or ICT, across the government. Upon the instructions of Executive Secretary Ralph G. Recto, in line with the national imperative for fiscal responsibility and pursuant to its mandate under Section 4 of Republic Act Number 10844, to harmonize and rationalize all existing government ICT networks, standards, and expenditures, the DICT has undertaken a rigorous and comprehensive optimization review of the proposed government-wide budget for ICT initiatives. This process involved a detailed analysis of spending priorities, cross-agency project rationalization, and the integration of emerging technology standards to achieve greater economies of scale and avoid duplicative expenditures. We are pleased to inform your respective committees that this concerted optimization effort has yielded a rationalized and streamlined budget proposal that aligns critical ICT expenditures with strategic national development goals while demonstrating significant efficiency gains. Attached herewith for your thorough review and consideration are the proposed cuts to the ICT objects of expenditures amounting to 22,943,139,000. Thank you for your invaluable leadership and continuous support for the country's digital future. Signed, Secretary Henry R. Aguda. And with that, I would like to present to the body the breakdown of the 22.943 billion pesos identified by the ICT that we can incorporate into the budget as reductions in the digitalization components of the different agencies. So under the under the Department of Agrarian Reform, a proposed cut of 69 million pesos, 69.7 million pesos. For the Department of Agriculture, 157 million pesos. For the DepDev, for the Philippine Statistics Authority, 354 million pesos. For the DepEd OSEC, 6.18 billion pesos. For the Department of Energy, 32 million pesos. For the DNR, 418.5 million pesos. For the DOF, the Bureau of Customs, 798 million pesos. For the DOF, 1.1 billion pesos, particularly the BIR. For the DFA, 1.25 billion. For the DSUD, 38.1 million. For DICT, for DOH, my apologies. For DOH, 1.4 billion pesos. For the DICT, 2.9 billion pesos. For the DILG, 114 million pesos. For the DILG, Bureau of Fire Protection, 154 million. For the BJMP, 71.2 million. For the DOJ, 1.24 billion. And for the Bureau of Immigration, and for the NBI, 16.2 million pesos. For the Office of the Solicitor General, 64.87 million. For DOLE, 70.3 million. For DMW, 56.6. For DPWH, 718 million. For DSWD, 2.73 billion. For the DOT, 416,000. For the DTI, 126.3 million. For the DOTR, 901.3 million. For the Coast Guard, 257 million. For the Civil Service, 1.3 billion. For COMELEC, 327.6 million. And for the Office of the Ombudsman, 92.9 million. So if I may state, Mr. Chair, Sec Henry explained several of the reasons why there are reductions. Some of them are volume discounts. Some of them are redundant procurement. Some of them are subscription services that can all be haggled at a cheaper rate if they're able to haggle it as a whole for the government. For the procurement of hardware, he was saying that there are also volume discounts that can be obtained. So it's really more of streamlining. And I think there are other projects as well that they found to not be practicable at the moment, or hindi na, or baka outdated na po yung ongoing digitalization initiatives. So yun po yung nakapasok sa 22.94 billion pesos as recommended by the DICT.
Any questions or motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you very much. With that, the motion is approved. And just for the benefit of the body and the general public, the total savings would be 25.87% of the 88.69 billion pesos included in the NEP for digitalization initiative. So nakatipid po tayo ng 26%. Dahil po sa streamlining initiatives. This was a directive of the executive to ensure that, the fiscal space is best utilized for the most important projects. Maraming salamat po. Representative Marcos
Meron pa
Zamora.
tayong general and special provisions. So mga 4 hours pa. Kaya pa? Lelo ko lang. Yung biro ko lang ho kayo.
Senwin, before we end,
Yeah.
just a quick manifestation po from Representative Zamora.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chair and Madam Chair. Just for a manifestation, I'd like to appeal for the transfer to realign some items for Davao Regional Medical Center. This for the infrastructure amounting to 50 million, which will be taken from the HGov version
I think
On in the budget for DOH po, the House the intent is to carve out 50 million pesos from the 2.4 billion pesos.
Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, just a manifestation. Yes, I understand the importance of the budget for PCMC and NKTI, and it is not the intention of this representation also to take that funds, considering that we acknowledge really the need for support to children with cancer and patients from NKTI. But just for the record, let me also manifest that Davao Regional Medical Center, which is located in Tagum City in Davao del Norte, which is not my province, caters patients as far as from Caraga region, Davao Oriental, Davao de Oro, and the nearby provinces. And it's also a cancer center hospital, which cater cancer patients. So those patients that are not being catered from the Southern Philippine Medical Center in Davao City are being catered in Davao Regional Medical Center, hence this request. And so, with the consultation with the chair, instead of taking it from the GAB's version of BCMC and NKTI, we will take it from the West Visayas State University Medical Center instead, amounting to 50 million. Since under GAB, we already have given West Visayas State University Medical Center a 500 million additional budget for their infrastructure. We just would like to get a small part of the pie of the national budget to Davao Regional Medical Center, Your Honor.
Yeah, we concur.
Thank you very
Right.
much.
Yes, you have to in omnibus motions or ganito lang. Hindi, bigyan mo na.
There being no objection, the motion is approved.
And finally, Mr. Chairman, on the part of the Senate, I further move that the technical staff of the House Committee on Appropriations and the Senate Committee on Finance be authorized to effect typographical, grammatical, and printing corrections, as well as necessary editorial and consequential adjustments arising from the reconciled provisions, such as performance indicators and section numbers of the general and special provisions. So move.
On the part of the Senate, there being no objection, the motion is approved.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Representative Albert Garcia.
on the part of the House of Representatives, I further move that the technical staff of the House Committee on Appropriations and the Senate Committee on Finance be authorized to effect typographical, grammatical, and printing corrections, as well as necessary editorial and consequential adjustments arising from the reconciled provisions, such as performance indicators and section numbers of the general and special provisions. I so move, Madam Chair.
Any second?
Second.
On the part of the House, there being no objection, the motion is approved.
All right. So with that, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Finally, we have concluded our Bicameral Conference Committee meeting. Finally, we have reconciled the disagreeing provisions. And finally, we have a budget that we can be proud of and responsive to the Filipino people. Nag-umpisa tayo medyo tense, medyo kinakabahan, pero ako ay kampante na itong budget na ito ay tunay na tutugon sa mga pangangailangan po ng ating mga kababayan. At ang higit sa lahat, itong budget na ito ay corruption-free, at higit sa lahat, wala nang overprice, at higit sa lahat, ito po ang budget na magiging, nasasabi ko, standard for transparency. Lalong-lalo na marami ho tayong inilagay doon na magiging available sa ating mga kababayan. So maraming salamat, Chair Mika Sonfing.
Thank you very much, Sen. Win, and to our distinguished senators, of course, to my colleagues in the House panel. Ito po ay isang makasaysayang araw para sa ating bansa. Sa unang pagkakataon po, ito ang pinakaunang live stream ng Bicameral Conference Committee proceedings. Ito po ang ating paninindigan na totoo yung sinasabi ng Kongreso at ng Senado na gusto na po naming buksan yung tabing sa usapin ng budget. And I hope now that our kababayans were able to see firsthand kung gaano po namin pinaghirapan yung pagbuo ng budget na ito. Officially, our BICAM has run for 6 days. We started last December 13. And now it is 2:20 in the morning on December 18. So ganito po talaga kahaba yung diskusyon kapag talagang gusto natin na siguraduhin na tulad na sinabi na, ni Chairman Win na gusto natin na malinis, transparent yung ating budget, na ito po ay talagang tumutugon sa pangangailangan ng ating mga kababayan at talagang isa po itong budget na mapagkakatiwalaan ng bawat Pilipino. Again, thank you to everyone. Thank you to the technical staff. Thank you to the secretariat and the page, our friends.